Everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to do Legends of the Dark Knight, Batman Legends of the Dark Knight, issue number 58 from DC Comics, made by Andrew Donkin, Graham Brand, and John Higgins. I'm not familiar with these guys. I like the cover though. Now, look at the colors. I read this a moment ago, and this is what a Batman should be, in my opinion. Let's dive in. I'm going to guide you through it. So it's night, and so Batman is doing his surveillance, and it seems that is some very important diplomat, foreign. His government has a list of human rights abuses as long as the cold winter's night. Popular too. No end of people trying or dying to take a shot at him. And he says, but not in my city, never in my city. So yeah, Batman is basically here to keep a lookout if this guy is, being escorted safely to wherever he goes, right? And he spotted a sniper, and but Batman, sees him. He jumps behind him, but there is also another sniper, and that one or another, gunner, and he sees Batman. Batman breaks this guy's arm, and the sniper is trying to, the gunner try to take out Batman, killing the other guy in the process. I mean, look at this, man. So then he falls down, or well, sort of. He says, I jump off the 10-story building. The shooter is still tracking my fall when I play the flagpole for the rebound, right? So he shoots it. It looks great, by the way. And he's fire where he guesses I'll be, he guesses wrong. I don't tell him he doesn't stand a chance. I don't need to. He gets the message. Not in my city, never in my city. And he gets a punch to the gut, right? I do everything but gift wrap him. Maybe next time I'll bring ribbons. So yeah, he's getting booked, right? And then he says, I'm getting out of here because probably the police has it now under control. And then we go to Gordon. I tell myself to forget the weather, and I think of the overtime, what it'll do for Barbara and the baby. But then he's getting called up by this guy from the CIA. And he says, hey, Gordon, Mr. Davis wants you now. Vigilante interference? Call that doing your job, Captain. And he says, if you didn't insist on parading your man all over the place, my job would be a hell of a lot easier. You want an easy life, Gordon, become a store detective. In the meantime, keep that bat creep away. This is my operation. All right. So the tone is set, right? And but then Batman, interferes with, just normal crime, if you can say it. And Batman comes in, and the others flee, and he says, one runs into the wall, the other hits the trash can. If I had a sense of humor about these things, I'll be smiling. Well, he's returning. I like that, it's sharp to the point. And then the reek of cheap perfume hits me from beyond the alley. Want to date, handsome? Sally. Bad weather for a working girl. Tell me about it. My mascara couldn't run any faster if it wasn't the Olympic 100 meters. I thought you worked at the Blackmire Hotel on Fridays. It's been crawling with government muscle all week, spooks, CA types. They scare off my regulars, and they're lousy tippers. I like it. I don't know. It's just, there's something about this writing that really grabs me. This is no BS, no funny bits, no silliness, just, normal conversation, but also, with some serious undertones. But there's also a little bit fun in here, as you can see, but not all too overpowering. For instance, so we first go back to this Davis guy. Davis VLP's been touring, finished touring City Hall. No further incidents, but the tension's still running. Anything goes wrong, Gordon, it's on your neck. It's your neck on the line. Funny, I thought this was your operation. So I like it that, Gordon takes no crap from no one. Definitely, Captain. It's not going to be spoiled by some city cop with an attitude and no understanding how the big leagues work. I bite my tongue and think of the overtime. So, but then Sally says, or Batman figures that out. Besides CIA, Sally's encountered Beret, a small-time gun dealer who just made a big-time sale. But then you probably knew that already, big guy. I didn't, but I do now. Anyway, thanks for what? Last time you walked me home, my pimp didn't touch me for a whole week. Now look at this face. He's in total shock. I like that, this small thing, but also that Batman helping the little guy, if you know what I mean. And not only stopping robbers, but also taking care of the people in Gotham. I like that. You don't see that much, him walking a prostitute or a person, to a safe place. It's very rare that you see that in a Batman comic or in general. So we go to the hospital, and it seems that the VIPs and the CIA with the VIPs here is escorting that VIP guy. Not sure why the VIP is in the hospital, but hey. So the doctor says, orderly, why hasn't this patient been removed to surgical prep? Sorry, Dr. Hines. Everything was on hold till the visiting party leaves the wing. Security stuff. Remind them this is a medical facility, not an exhibition. I like it. I like this part. Why? There's no nonsense, no bullshitty, not weak people. People doing their job and tell them how it is. So basically, he is maybe not, a big shot, but he's a doctor. He runs the place, and he tells them, "Get the hell out of my place. I need to operate." Right? That's how it needs to be. Pretty cool. So Davis comes here, and so he basically brags to Gordon, and he says, "Hey, our man shouldn't be much longer. Once you're escorting him to the hotel, you can go home, cuddle with your wife. Leave the rest to the professionals." But then something happens. So there's a medical helicopter, and it needs to have an emergency landing because stuff is going on, right? And still raining, right? It's still dark and ads. So Batman, looking for the beret guy, but he's being, I don't know, almost cut up by somebody, probably a screw deal or something. And Batman says, "Hey, you had better luck with an earlier sale, Barrett. It didn't have anything to do with highly unpopular visitor to Gotham, did it? Hey, it's politics, I mean, who can tell with politics, right? Name and places, or I'll leave your friend here." Also, I like going a little bit up here. Part of the story. I strain to hear the voices as the rain tap dances across my car. Man, this looks like, I don't know, the dialogue from Blade Runner, it's just so cool. So then the copter comes in, and all these police says, "Hey, we need to get the patients off." But then Barrett says, "Hey, do you deal with terrorists?" "I don't for reference, it's just cash, good cash." And so he says to Batman that, the agent just already know this stuff. He says, "What?" But then, oh no, it's a trap, because it's not patients, it's actually terrorists that wants to kill the VIP guy. All right. And then even this at orderly, is in the mix, and he says, "Hey, doctor, keep still and you keep breathing." So the other guy says, "I traded arms to earn a living, but I'm as patriotic as the next Slimeball, right? I tipped the CIA, see? And they were real pleased, should be. It cost them, though. If the CIA were warned, why parading the precious VIP like a duck in a shooting gallery? And why do I keep feeling one step behind?" All right, so there's more going on now. I like that. I like this mystery, and Batman just a little bit later detecting stuff. Meanwhile, the terrorists are gunning people down, and getting a hold. I believe this is the VIP guy, but I'm not entirely sure. And so Gordon hears the gunfire, right? So this terrorist guy says, "Get him out of my sight and keep him carefully. Watch over our hostages. We're going to need him." All right. So we then go to this. I believe this is still in the hospital. And so Gordon says, in less than 5 minutes, high security already turns into a nightmare carnival. Davis seems to losing his grip. People turn to me for order. I do my best. All I need is a ringmaster's hat. The terrorists are holed up tight. We evacuated the building. But then, this Davis guy sees Batman. He says, "Hey, open fire. He's a risk to everything." So Batman ducks away, but he needs to get in, right? So, well, Davis is now being panicking, and Davis isn't allowed anyone else to talk to terrorists, and he doesn't seem interested in negotiating terms. Almost like there's a private grudge match going on. So Batman goes in, and I like this dialogue. Now look at this. I'm reading a lot, but this is more like for telling you how this book is written. I don't talk about the art much. There's a little bit hit and miss with the art, but the atmosphere is really good. And some things looks awesome. Like this building. I think this looks really cool with the police surrounding and all these noises and lights and all that stuff. It's really well done. Not everything hits the note, but we come back to that a little bit later. Anyway, so he says, I need one old enough to know. Yeah, basically he wants to, interrogate this guy. Young enough to still have some imagination. This is a tough, qualified agent. Now, why he's saying that? Because most terrorists knows Batman, except probably this guy who is a little bit younger, doesn't know who and what Batman actually is. So, local creeps scare fast. They know who I am. He doesn't. I have to teach him. 5 seconds is a long time when you wait for the sound of your falling gun to hit bottom. He's a fast learner. I like it. Batman still has the ability to put fear in creeps like this, into criminals. Very nice. So the police says, hey, Gordon, listen, we need to do something. Is there something we can do? But Gordon says, hey, this is something for the higher-ups. We just wait. So the doctor says, hey, this guy needs help. And then this terrorist jumps, says, I said quiet, and shoots this guy. Tossing this body out of the window. That should speed negotiations. I get a phone call. It isn't Barbara or the commissioner. No, it's Batman. Batman says, the whole visit is a CIA setup. The VIP is an imposter, and disguised agents supposed to hire the terrorist out of hiding. Gotham's being used as a backdrop for outsiders' power games. That's a nice setup. I like that. CIA intelligence reported a terrorist would strike at the Blackmire Hotel. Davis fortified it into a perfect trap, but the groups got what's that? Sorry, I cannot read this very well. Wise struck early. With the current situation, Davis needs to save face. He wants the terrorist at any cost, even innocent lives. So Batman talks to Gordon, about what he's going to do. He says the hospital is going to be a slaughterhouse unless I'm under order. I'm not. Okay, so he makes a plan. I love this lighting effect on this, with the light. It's really well done. So Batman goes then into the sewers, right? And love the detail here with the rats and the filth here, but also small detail that I like personally. You see that the wall and then the wall that is under the water, you see this. So like I said, these details and then it disappears because of the depth of the water. It's the same with Batman's cape, right? Go all around, you see parts of the cape on the water, just like the stones here. This is a very nice detail that I like a lot. And that adds to the atmosphere that I like atmospheres. It's needed in certain comics. All right, so the terrorists are, looking around because they heard some noise. They found Batman. Also, this very image with the bat symbol. He says, despite resistance, I give them every break I can. Most cartilage, perhaps some bone. Luckily for them, this is a hospital. Sharp writing. This is cool. Not only that, it's getting even better. This is a little bit weird, but not too much. So he says, in this corridor, evocative smells, disinfectant, the smell of fear, flight from this evening's violence, the smell of life. So he has a flashback about, that he was born. He says, Daddy, you shouldn't really be here, Bruce. But since you are, go tell Mr. Finch that his wife and new daughter are doing fine. Oh no, he's delivering a baby. I'm sorry. He says, and don't run. Yes, sir. And then he's getting snapped back, and then he smells a different smell, the smell of death. So this guy says, hey, I know there's someone in there, and he grabs the doctor, get out of here. And so Batman comes out, and he says, the Batman, we thought you were a myth until you stopped our sniper team earlier. But even myths die. So the doctor knows what's going on, and he's falling into the ground, gives Batman basically the warning that he can attack. So he kicks this guy's ass, right? And then you did that almost with a surgical precision. Unfortunately, the main part of their operation is still ahead of us, Doctor. So they are talking to each other, devising another plan, right? So outside, Gordon says, 3 minutes to the deadline. I know, he doesn't know anything. Meanwhile, the terrorist says, hey, there's 3 people missing. What shall we do? He says, line up the hostages. And then Gordon says, hey, we need to go in. And so the cop says, is Mr. Davis with us, Captain Gordon? I didn't ask. Yeah, love it. So, okay, we go to the climax. Batman jumps in from behind because there's only one entrance, right? And the people shoot at his cape. But, oh no, it's only a cape. And Batman was behind the door all along. And he jumps at the terrorists and he takes them out. But then the doctor climbs in as well because he was making that diversion. And he says, Heinz, don't. Stay on the ledge. But then he doesn't care, and he only cares about the people in here. And Batman fears that it will cost him his life. But then he says, I forget sometimes people can save themselves. Not that there isn't plenty left for me. So he breaks this guy's arm. Gordon comes in, and he says, hey, are we too late? And Batman kicks this guy's ass. And so this guy, still dazed with the shot that Davis got him in his arm. You know, if you can see it here, he drugs him. Pretty cool. I like it. Batman takes him out. But he says, Dr. Hinn's sedative wasn't strong enough. Mine is. Still, this one isn't wrong. They don't stop, as the slightest of clicks reminds me. It preludes to a symphony of bullets. Bullets and guns. They don't belong here. What does it take to drive them out? No, leave my city alone. And he beats this guy, almost, well, not to death, but unconscious. And he screams in, do you hear me? I said, do you hear me? And there's this the Batman voice that I have in my head, watching Christian Bale's Batman and, just with that voice. So he says, hey, it's over. Not yet, Gordon. Not until you answer for going over my head and allowing this costume freak to knock it off, Davis. After your actions, and then he's getting shot in the back. Damn it. What does it take for it to end? And he said, Davis, see ahead, help of this operations. Don't worry, Mr. Davis, we'll pull through you. We pull you through this. He says, you're one of the good guys. Maybe that still be settled. Outside, at least, the rain has stopped. Jim and I watch in silence as the storm takes its leave over Gotham. It won't be back. It knows it wouldn't be welcome. Not in our city. Man, what an ending. This is so good. This is sharp writing. It really grips me from A to Z. I was so invested. There's a couple of downsides with the art. Art doesn't, sometimes it looks a little bit weird when it comes to certain compositions and Batman, him jumping it out. It's not bad, but it could be better. But overall, the art is not that bad at all. I actually enjoyed this whole scene. I mean, I would have bought more books with this writing, this creative team. I would say, I like this a lot. I also like this one shot of the Legends of the Dark Knight. I have a couple here lying around. I'm looking more for this kind of stuff. This is fun. That brings us to the end of the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching, as always. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think about this. I had a blast. See you later. Bye.